Okay. Now, am I centered in the screen there? Okay. Slightly left. So if I go over more like this. Okay. Now we need to let in Alan. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, no, it's okay. If you don't see him there, that's okay. Let's see. Let me start up the music. Let's see. Let me clear that, and then I'll put. Yeah, okay, hold on for a second. Let me start the music and then okay, you can let him in. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right, thanks.
Oh my God.
Is it running now? Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying stay with it and hit it.
Well, okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, James Brown, for joining us in spirit and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Alan, are you there? He's somewhere there, I think. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Where is Alan? There you are.
There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, James Brown, from the back from the grave.
Oh yeah, and we'd like to thank. Let's see. Thank you everybody for joining us on this holiday weekend. So, and tonight, I said I want to do
Labor Day
like
weekend.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. I wanted to do like a live show. I was listening to Singing Burger on KNUS, and they were talking about like in 2016 that we had an open primary, we had some kind of primary, I guess, and they I guess they want to get out of what they're doing now or whatever. And I was listening to those recordings, and I guess Ted Cruz did the groundwork, and he got like all 32 votes here in Colorado, but Trump still won it, but he was saying, "Oh, this is a rigged game," but Ted just knew how to play the politics, and oh wow. So anyway, so that was kind of interesting. Just flash it back because I don't remember that stuff. And
see, I actually worked the polls back in those days, the 2015 primaries,
Primary, yeah.
all that stuff. And so when you were talking about the fact that Ted Cruz got the amount of votes that he did here in Colorado, very, 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 very interesting, because there were no dissenting votes against him. Very interesting. I mean, he got them all here in Colorado.
Yeah, and people were saying they felt disenfranchised, and well, you know, it's like I don't know who was working with Trump to you know, say get that groundswell happening here, wherever. And I don't even know if they even did that in 2020. But you know, it's a learning curve, you know, whenever you get going to. And you know what I found out? I've gone to the Democrats primary or whatever, full of people. Then I went for my first time to a Republican one, and there was a list they gave me of 100 people that should have been there that weren't there. And I'm thinking, like, I know it was an off season, and maybe that was over here, but I don't know. I said that was kind of disappointing that they gave me this list of 100 people that should have been here, and they wanted me to call these people. And I'm thinking, like, shouldn't some one of us had this list before now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
That's one good thing, or one thing that Democrats are good at is organization of various things, everything from fundraisers to election stuff.
Yes. So it's like, it was pretty interesting, but what can I say? So,
well, the key thing, ladies and gentlemen, is it's Labor Day. Oddly enough, the unemployment stuff, the benefits, which have been going on for all this time, looks like everything has come to an end, and most people have either started to lose their unemployment, or we'll be losing that here come next week if something isn't done.
So are they scrambling? You think they're going to be scrambling?
Well, we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, we do have quite a few things coming down the pike with current events and the news therein, and possible things coming out of Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. Yeah, I think some people know what I'm talking about. So, you know, it may or may not come down the pike. We'll just have to see.
You know, I was thinking about, and tell me what you think about, like these shows, I get an audio and I get a, you know, video of these shows. And I was thinking about running the audio, but I was kind of thinking, what would be a good time to run the audio of these shows? Like before, like, you know, 5:30, or maybe, I don't know, after the morning show at 10 p.m., 10 a.m.?
I say, why not both? You know, it's not a bad way to let people know a little bit about what Innervision FM is and what we do, and how to get in contact with us. You know, how we don't just promote local recording artists or singers or that type of thing, musicians, but we're talking national, we're talking international. I mean, this is the big world has now become really small with regard to the internet. Yeah.
And sometimes I go back to the 80s and 70s, like artists that, you know, their bread and butter was on secular music, but they, you know, they had a Christian background. So they, you know, they did maybe like Billy Preston at the end of all of his albums, he would always have a Christian contemporary song. And then same thing with El Green, same kind of thing. So I said, well, shoot, why not grab these songs are pretty good. Why don't we put those songs out there?
Yeah.
So,
that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And that's something that was, boy, how do I say this? That's the absolute very, very beginnings of Christian contemporary music, is when folks like that would be in the secular music industry and then toss a couple of, well, you know, we got to give thanks and we got to give praise to our King, our Lord.
Yeah.
And so it was a good thing.
Yeah, and I mean, Kansas Dust in the Wind. I mean, I mean, I really, I like that one. This is a classic rock. And then it was a song, Dolly Parton. Now I know Led Zeppelin did it, and they used to have the thing where, and I did it, play the album backward.
I'll tell you what, I did too, man. I played that backwards, and it does. You got to use your imagination a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. But I will tell you one thing: it's creepy.
Yeah. So I haven't played the one I'm playing. I'm playing the Dolly Parton version.
Dolly Parton did a Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, and I when I heard, I said, "This is pretty good."
It's pretty.
So I put that out. I put that on the station and stuff like that. So I was telling one of the others, the only thing I won't put on is it's like one of these, I don't know, these gangster rappers. I mean, I know Snoop Dogg has one out, but I don't know. I just seen that he was just kind of hit, and I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever put any of his, because he does have a gospel one. Then he went to reggae. Then it was Snoop Lion, and I don't know. I don't know about him. Yeah. So I got to think about that one. And then we have let's see. I think, and I haven't heard it yet. I think Kanye West put an album out recently, and I haven't heard it, and I was trying to hear it, but all I could hear was what 5 years ago when he put out this album, and he had the listening party and stuff like that. So I might try again to see what is it, this album that I'll have out, and did he go back to the secular, or did he, do a Billy Preston,
Kanye West.
Yeah.
When he married, when the heck is
The Kardashian, Kim.
Yeah, one of the Kim Kardashian, I think. Yeah, wow, that's pretty crazy.
And then they broke up, and then he was I heard she was at the concert with the kids, and he started to break down when he did this song about losing my family or something like that. And
oh man,
it must be difficult. I mean, if you're bipolar. And then I had to look in, because I've been doing this fasting thing and studying that. And by the way, I fell off the wagon yesterday. This guy named Chris James, he says, don't go to places that will trigger you into falling back into your old ways. So yesterday I went to see Fat Daddy, that's PHAT Daddy, at the festival, the Taste of Colorado. And nice. I kept smelling this barbecue. Mm-hmm. And so then my wife says, these lines are so long, you don't want to be in that line, right? So, so forget that line. So we go to Chili's, right? 45 minutes wait. So she says, no. Then we go to the pizza place. Maybe they have barbecue pizza, right? Yeah. I was just looking for barbecue, anything. They said, no, 70 minutes.
Wow.
Right? So then we went to this other place, and they said, no, we don't do any barbecue at all, but it's a 45-minute wait. Wow. So I said, hey, King Supers. So we go there, and we find the last ribs that were warmed and waiting, right?
That's awesome.
And so, but I knew that I needed to eat something like vegetable with it, right?
Right.
But what I didn't know, and which I learned, I was reading his book, because I'm taking this class at the Healthy Alternative class on how to do a healthy fast and whatever. Oh, somebody's in the waiting room. Let's see who's there. Let's see if this is a joke. Let's see if this is a joke. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm trying to get into this this thing.
while you're doing that,
Yeah, go ahead.
if
Good
you're
news.
just joining us, folks, you can hit us up at info@innervision.com for anything. You using that, go ahead and email us any sort of song ideas you might have. If you're a recording artist or a musician, that kind of thing, like, that's what we're in the business doing over here at Innervisionfm.com through the innervisionrecords.org website. You can see the mission and that kind of thing. We definitely love to help in the promotion of folks like that.
Okay. Oh, he left the waiting room. So yeah. Okay. We'll see you later on.
So anyway, back to your
okay.
story. Though.
So I thought, broccoli and that give me enough water. But what I learned in the book was when you eat, like, as if you ate like crackers and cheese and food that had no water content.
No water content. Yeah.
So when you eat it, your body is going to pull from other areas to liquefy that so you can eventually get rid of it.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's been a long time since I've ate ribs. And in the morning, it felt like not like a heart attack, but it was on my I know it was my heart, right? So I know on the right hand side of my stomach, it felt like something was just pulling. It was the most uncomfortable feeling. So I got up and I did 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and then I started drinking water, and then it finally let go.
Started to, yeah, wow.
And I didn't know that, because I thought the night before, well, maybe I should, take a couple of water, some vitamin C the night before. But I said, forget about that. But but I now know if I'm going to eat something that's dense, and I've eaten it a long time, safeguard. So for you people out there who are want to be vegans or practicing vegans or going that direction, there's some stories out there, and that was one of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I was walking back and forth, just kind of, because I remember my dad sitting in the bathroom on the floor holding his stomach after my mother's cooking. Caused the kind of the same effect kind of thing. And I said, let me walk around. I was going to go outside, but I thought it was raining this morning. But what had happened, these guys were working across the street and a pipe burst and it sounded like it was raining.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So you had a water main break or whatever.
Oh yeah. So the firemen finally came like an hour later, and who knows how much water. Man, we're so lucky. We got water to go. Because that thing it started at 5:54, and they didn't get there until about almost 7:00. And I kept saying, should I call? Should the people across the street call? Who should call? To say, hey, close that water spigot out. But a lot of water wasted this morning. But anyway, I digress. And let me get back to the list of topics that I where is my topics? Okay, where's my topics? Okay, here it is. Okay. So what is Innervision FM and why should you care? So that's what it is.
I kind of started trying to touch a little bit on that as you were trying to let that person in through the waiting room. I've known you since 1991, and I know you've been doing a lot of stuff from public access cable to just being in there as the sausage was made when it comes to musicians and getting folks produced. Now, I understand you've done a movie. I understand you've written a book. And the main thing that I understand, Johnnie, is that you did not ever give up on your dream. So tell us a little bit about Innervision
Man.
Records.org. That's INNER Vision Records, all one word, .org. What goes on there?
Well, let me go. I'll go back even before that. I started liking radio like back when I was a teenager and stuff. And so, then I went to high school, and that's where I met one of my long-term friends, Peter, who's our web guy. I met him in junior high, and we had a radio class there.
Oh, holy crap! You and Peter go all the way that far back.
Oh, yeah. And we had planned we were going to call each other Salt and Pepper, right? But that didn't. He went for engineering, like being an engineer at the radio station and stuff like that. So, and then I went my direction just towards radio job after radio job. And then I guess in the 90s, we first called Innervision Records or Innervision Gold Rock Productions. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was the first name. And then I don't know. I just thought about Innervision, get insight on people. And then I said, okay, let's change it to Innervision Production instead of Gold Rock Production. So then that's how we got our license, our nonprofit license under that. And then so just building up that brand. And then we found out there's a Innervisionrecords.com, which is a jazz company, a jazz, a jazz record company, right? Pretty big. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So it's a good thing we picked Innervision. I don't even know if we could have picked Innervisionrecords.com. But we picked Innervision.records.org. And some people said, well, the name is out there for Innervision. Why don't you just be Innervision? I don't know.
Because Innervision is a name of one of Stevie Wonder's albums.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things is the way that things are set up with the algorithms, the searches, and things like that. If you were to just call yourself Innervision, there might be some copyright issues. There might be some stuff.
I don't want to go through all that stuff. And there's a lot of Innervision companies out there with the Innervision. So it's just something that stuck, and that was it. Now
that's awesome.
Yeah. Now, what kind of DJs and listeners are we kind of draw? Okay, probably can't be that uptight. And I don't mean like let it all hang out with cuss words. I'm talking about uptight as far as like the purity of a Christian station, only playing artists that have said they're down with Christianity. They don't do nothing. Because I'm thinking like there are artists out there that, like we were talking earlier, like the Commodores, like Prince, that they had elements of Christianity, songs that they had put in their albums, Billy Preston. And so I said, well, let me grab some of those songs in Kansas. And so I grabbed some of those songs. So we do maybe 3%, maybe of secular clean songs. We have this one song, which I heard in Europe, about this guy who got with this lady and she aborted his baby, and he did a song called Happy Birthday, which I never heard from a hip hop artist, only in Europe. And I said, we're going to play that one because here's a guy that he says, if I get with you, I'm going to get with a woman who's not down with killing, our unborn child. He said he made that mistake, and now he has a son now, and he says he wondered what his big sister would have looked like and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was a very interesting song. So I added that song. There's no cussing in it and nothing like that. And I just thought I just never heard that concept here on American radio. Right. And sometimes I like to go to Europe and I'll hear stuff that I wouldn't hear here in America, or they would mix gospel songs into, secular radio station. I said, oh, okay. So to me, that was a concept. So
right.
Here. Here's
That's
this guy entering the waiting room again. Okay, keep on going. Let me see if I can let this guy in.
well, that's an interesting way to look at stuff. When you do put 2 to 5% of your content out there as secular, but bill yourself as a Christian based sort of internet radio station and that kind of thing, and Christian based, because not everybody's Christian, obviously, and so we want to reach into the highways and the byways and hedges and bring people in. I mean, that's the mission of the Great Commission, as it were, ladies and gentlemen. So the whole Matthew 6:33 comes into play, seeking ye first the kingdom of God, and all the things that we want in our hearts. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, sure, we want a plane every now and then, or a car, a truck, a boat, or whatever. And not to say that we'll get those things, but if we're seeking God's kingdom first, realize.
Okay. Okay, we have to kick him out.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. So that happens from time to time, folks, and we do love our trolls just as much as we love our Christian brothers and sisters. Because trolls eventually they'll get to a place where we all get to, where we come to the end of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. Well, anyways. So no guests, because we can't. It seems like we find these idiots. It would be nice. I mean, not all the time, ladies and gentlemen, but I've learned how to work these controls a lot quicker than I used to know how to work them. You know what I'm saying? So, so anyway. Well, anyway, so let me see. Okay. Now, so how do we are talking about how we pick the music. Now, do we pay DJs and sales? There's a way that Live 365 will pay the DJs depending on how many people they can draw to their show. And for the salespeople, we have a way we can pay them as well. So you have to, email us at info@innervisionfm.com, info@innervisionfm.com. And of course, I talked about how long I've been in business. We did that?
Not yet.
Yeah.
But
No.
well, I mean,
Well,
you kind of
it's been 40 years. I think it's been like over a little bit over 40. Yeah, because I started. I mean, I don't. If I don't count, like in junior high when I used to DJ my family's picnics, yeah, it's probably been like 50 years. So so how did your band get an interview? Info@Innervision.FM. Info@Innervision.FM. So contact us. And if you have a business, is it expensive to advertise on Innervision? No, not at all. Not at all. Matter of fact, what kind of ads will we not run? Planned Parenthood. Anything that's just off-colored kind of stuff. People like that, Brendan, who tried to jump in here. People like that. And we won't allow idiots like that on the air. And we vet you before you even get to that level. So that's. And does Innervision FM do remotes? Yes, we do. We do remotes at different venues and stuff like that. So anyway, so I went through those last things very quickly. And that's the way it is. So anyway, I guess it's time. It's time to end this kind of thing.
All right. Well, hit us up at info@innervisionfm.com. You can read the mission statement at innervisionrecords.org, and you can also see us 24/7. Innervisionfm.com.
All right. God bless.
God bless, folks.
And we stop the recording. And that's it.
All right.
All right. See you later, Alex.